We've seen Chinese car companies reveal supercars, a few of them within the last month. I just made a video on the very impressive Hyper SSG supercar from Aeon, which is utterly mind-blowing. It has 1,226 horsepower, relatively cheap. Anyhow, MG have said, you know what, we're going to get it on the Act 2, and they've just revealed their electric supercar as well. Now the name of it is the MG EXE181 Hypercar. And apparently it can do 0 to 62 miles an hour in a relatively slow 1.9 seconds. Sounds fast, right? But it's just slow compared to its competition. Crazy. How can I be saying that? Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Here are the details on the MG EXE191. By the way, for those of you who don't know, MG used to be a British car brand, but it was purchased by the Chinese conglomerate, which is state-owned, called SAIC or SAIC Motors. They're one of the biggest car conglomerates in the world. The MG EXE181 is a single-seat electric hypercar. It has an aerodynamic coefficient of 0.181, which makes it one of the most aerodynamic cars in the history of the automotive industry. It also has a very unusual quad electric motor setup. 2 motors at the front, 2 motors at the back. This gives it the ability to do 0 to 62 miles an hour, which is 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 1.9 seconds. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, or you might be, if you're an MG buff, history buff, this looks similar to something I've seen before. Well, the concept has taken its design inspiration from the 1959 MG EXE181 land speed record car. That car actually did have the speed record back in 1959. I think this thing looks mind-blowingly nuts. I don't think it's going to look like this when the company produce it. They will produce it, but it won't look like this. It'll be like a modified version of this. Now, if you thought the Cyberster 2-seat Roadster was impressive, which it is, well, this is on a whole different level. The concept draws its inspiration from a car made, 80 years ago. But this thing is incredibly futuristic. At the front end, a transparent material covers the facade, providing a glimpse of the monocoque carbon structure and a portion of the suspension as well. Within the very claustrophobic looking interior, the driver's seat basically is all you can see. It has a yoke-shaped steering wheel that's been taken directly out of a Tesla Cybertruck or a Tesla Model S Plaid. It features an integrated touchscreen for added functionality. I quite like it. It looks cool. Now, the MG EXE181, it doesn't use the supercharged 1.5 litre engine of its ancient ancestor. It has 4 electric motors. The company hasn't said how much power it puts out, but yeah, it must be a fair bit. The rematched Navira electric supercar, it costs around $7 million. It can do 0 to 100 or 0 to 62 miles an hour in 1.8 seconds. But the new hypercar from Aeon in China, it can do it in 1.7 seconds, and it costs less than $200,000 US. The top speed of this vehicle, well, no one knows, but it sure as hell looks pretty damn fast to me. Now, apparently, from what we've seen on social media from SAIC MG, they're going to attempt a speed record in this vehicle. That's the whole idea here. So basically, MG are coming out and saying, you know what? Yeah, electric supercars. You're basically saying you're poo-pooing them. You're saying they're not good enough, right? They can't do 450 kilometers an hour. They can't do over 300 miles an hour. Well, MG plan on changing that, right? What was the speed limit when this car originally broke it back in 1959? Well, not this exact car, but the inspiration for this car. It did a speed of 254.91 miles an hour. So 255 miles an hour, which is 410 kilometers. Now, those are about all the details we know, but we probably learn a lot more information about the MG EXE181 at the auto show in Beijing, which is on later this week. Now guys, even though this is technically a concept, and I'm sure the production version will be a little different, MG don't really just make concept cars. I mean, they're not a Japanese car company. They make concept cars every year and they never become reality. You know, a lot of car companies do that, but MG don't. They make a concept car and then it becomes the real thing. Now, obviously they're not going to make the real thing the same as this? Or then again, are they? Who knows? Honestly, be kind of cool if they did. What do you think, guys? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.